right. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of When It Rains, It Pours. It's me and John's first attempt at an Evergreen podcast. Trying to put a few in the bank so we don't have to go on hiatus again. We had a little bit of a scheduling thing going on with our producer. He's off in Florida working on a movie. So we figured we'd do some podcasts in the interim, kind of stock a few back. As you guys know, I'm Keith Ray.
John Ray.
Well, John, it's another crazy week, but it could just be any old week, you know.
Yeah.
Nothing really out of the ordinary in my life, I gotta say. I went with a friend to have an evening of libation and food, and we were enjoying each other's company, really having a good time. And then
this is a date?
No, it's not a date. I just went and hung out with a friend.
Just libation and food and company.
Yeah,
okay.
Just with a friend, and then we went back to their place, and their significant other was really, really fucked up, like wasted out of their mind on drugs, on hard drugs.
So you took somebody's old lady out for a date?
I did not say the gender. I did not specify the gender of the friend that I was out with. This could just as easily be a male friend of mine as a female friend of mine.
Muddy the waters.
I have lots of friends. I'm not trying to tell anybody's dirty laundry, but because I wanted to tell the story anyway. You know, it's not my business, but like, you know, when you get like fucked up and you're like making one of those faces where it's like, I'm gone. You know, like you just go dead behind, like this person's significant other was gone. And they're like, are you on some shit? And they're like, nah, I'm not at all. You know, like just totally faded. And I mean, naturally this really upset my friend. You know, but I didn't really see that the person was messed up, you know, like
you couldn't tell?
No, I should have known though. I couldn't tell it for I don't know how they could tell. It must have just all set in at once or something, but there were a couple of clues. Like, for instance, they had mentioned how I looked like I'd been losing weight. You know, and you got to be fucked up to think that's the case.
Okay. What kind of pill did they take? One of those Forrest Gumps?
Yeah, man. You know, it's just, I think it was probably a dead giveaway that they were wasted. You know, when they start going, you slimming down?
Wow.
Are you starting
Keith, you look fit.
Yeah, I was like,
you look in excellent shape.
And I was just like, you know, I did cut out fast food, and I was like taking the compliment and being happy. Yeah. And then I realized later that it's, you know, like,
I dropped down to XXX.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm off the 4X. I'm not a 4-bar guy. You know, it's like 2 Dos Equis and then the large. Yeah. That's a lot of X's. I've never been no 4X.
Oh.
I've had a 4X shirt before.
Okay,
that's a fact. Like night shirt, sleep shirt. You know what I'm saying? But I've never needed a 4X before. I have.
Unless it's a signed jersey from a NFL lineman, should never have a 4X shirt.
Yeah, you probably.
It should be behind. If it's behind glass and it's like Tony Baselli or some crazy or you know,
Jeff Saturday. He's probably not a 4X. Or Warren Sapp.
Saturday wasn't that big.
Sapp might have been a 4X.
Sapp might still be a 4X. You never know. Some of those linemen get skinny after they retire. Some of them just eat lobster and get fat.
Yeah, that's true. But speaking of fat, so I was saying, like, I don't know. Now, like, do I have to... Now I feel like I need to kind of take an inventory of exactly how fucked up somebody is before I accept their compliment. You know what I mean?
It doesn't sound like you should have accepted this guy's You probably should have thrown water on him and smacked him in the face real hard, and been like, "Wake up! Look at me! Look at me!"
Get the antidote out of the freezer. Get my big medical book. we gotta revive this motherfucker.
Where's the syringe? Somebody needs to stab this person in the heart right now.
Like fucking, what is that? The Rock, when everybody's got to stab themselves in the heart with this antidote because the poison gas will kill you. Well, and everybody's like, I would rather die of poison gas than stab myself in the fucking heart.
Before that, it was Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. They kind of jacked the whole stabbing in the heart thing.
But Pulp Fiction didn't have the little green balls of poisonous, noxious gas.
Yeah.
It did have the heart thing
break
first.
Easier than a jawbreaker when you put it in somebody's
Dude, there were
mouth.
so many actors in that movie, though.
Oh, The Rock was
stacked.
The Rock
was stacked.
Ed Harris?
With comedians, too.
Yeah.
What's his name? Oh, boy. He played the hairdresser.
Oh, yeah.
He was a famous comedian from Boston, I think.
Yeah.
Anthony something.
His act was all about being trashed, too. Like, he had a lot of alcohol jokes in his act.
Yeah, he's from Boston.
I've seen a couple of his stand-up clips that were out there. I don't know his name. He was in that Yes Dear.
Yeah, the little sitcom.
But yeah, it had him in it. It had that dude who plays the bad guy in Die Hard 2.
It had
the secret bad guy.
The other dude, Mike from Mike and Molly. What's his name?
Oh yeah, Billy Gardell.
But yeah, he was in in Yes Dear.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was a security guard with the brother-in-law.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But
I thought we were still talking about The Rock.
The Rock was stacked though.
Yeah, and I mean this is Nicolas Cage. Like, was that pre Con Air?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, The Rock came out before Con Air, I think.
Con Air feels like a made-for-TV movie.
That was stacked, too. They had your boy, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
And
I remember I have a story that's exactly like when Dave Chappelle was in Con Air. I heard him talking about when he was on.
Buscemi was in that. Malkovich. Who else? So many people.
It's like
it had Bubba
break.
From Forrest Gump was in it. McKetley something. I can't remember his name. He was in it. Danny Trejo was in it. Steve Buscemi was in that motherfucker.
Yeah, he plays the like psychopath child
like the
murderer.
Hannibal Lecter type motherfucker.
Yeah. And they get
Con Air was stupid.
That was so stupid. Like what was they had like the 4 things that they were like.
How did they get
him, like?
But how did they get that many good actors and shit in that motherfucker?
John fucking Malkovich.
I mean,
but then again,
few of them weren't that big.
John Malkovich did an Annie Lennox music video. Okay, that guy will do anything if he likes the product.
Oh fuck! Who was it? No, they had so many people in that, but I mean, some of them weren't huge actors at the time. They were on their way up, but some of them were already pretty fucking big. Like,
yeah, that's true.
How'd they get all those people to do that stupid ass movie?
Ving Rhames, dude.
Ving Rhames.
Ving Rhames. This is a long time after Crying Game.
It's after Pulp Fiction. That's what I'm saying. Like, he was a star. He was a star. Malkovich was a star. Buscemi was already fucking well on his way. He's been around forever.
Who did that movie? Who was the director?
Oh no, probably
that dude that did all those.
The dude that does all the Transformers movies or something.
Really?
Somebody that does stupid ass shit like that.
I mean, hey, we've got all the top bad guys, and then there's this one dude going home.
Yeah, like
and his diabetic friend.
Danny Trejo.
Bubba plays the diabetic guy.
Yeah, his buddy. Nicolas Cage's buddy. He's like, I'm gonna get your medicine.
Yeah.
That his whole, like, it wasn't bringing down the plane wasn't really his main mission. The whole main mission was to get that shot for his buddy. Like, I can't get past Ving Rhames to get the medicine for my friend.
My friend
and with this terrible Southern accent by Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, that accent was really bad.
And
it was offensive.
The whole thing started because
I love my girlfriend.
He killed these guys because they were hitting on his chick, and since he was a Navy SEAL or whatever, or Army Ranger, his hands were marked as deadly weapons.
Yeah, he had the deadly weapon hands.
Dude, come on, man.
He had Bruce Lee hands.
Everybody knows that's an old wives' tale,
I had to register my hands.
So they sent me upstate, and all I did was carry this bunny rabbit around and didn't get butt fucked by all the stronger people than me in prison.
All the people who are real criminals.
If you're in prison, even if you're an Army Ranger, if you're walking around with a pink bunny, you're probably going to get butt fucked real quick.
That's true. That is a kind of a telltale sign that you'll...
I'm sorry, man. Like, you keep it under your pillow, man. Like,
yeah, dude.
You can handle yourself without the bunny, but you bring that bunny and you're showing weakness, man. Come on. It shows that you actually love something, and that's just a sign of weakness. And they prey on that shit.
Yeah. You have something out there that they could get to potentially.
Not from my experience, but from what I've gathered from all the prison shows that you watch.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's good to watch prison shows. It's good to know. I mean, we literally live in a world where
you can't be an Army Ranger in prison with a bunny that you carry around like your best friend.
We could go to prison. People are trying to put you in prison all the time. Make a mistake, don't know the fucking the outcome, don't know the rule. None of this is a defense. And prison's big business. To put people in jail, like, we've got people out there, they just want to put people in jail. That's their whole job, is to put people in jail. I try and avoid these people, but I'm just saying, like, it's good to know what prison is like. Like, when we have such a raging prison industrial complex in this country, like, knowing what to do should you ever have to deal with that might not be a bad thing to educate yourself on. Or maybe it's
look at Bob Barker.
Yeah, is he going to jail?
No, he's dead. No, Bob Barker, you think he made all his fortunes from being on The Price is Right, carrying that little weird skinny dick-looking microphone? He made his fortunes from selling fucking toiletries to prisons and jails.
Hell yeah.
Anytime you get that one little razor in the county, and that's just got the one little
right there.
Bob Barker sold that shit. You get that soap, you barely wash your ass with that shit. That's Bob Barker's money right there. That's how he made money. But he did donate a lot of it to help the animals, so I support that shit.
Hell yeah.
Make your money, Bob Barker.
But that's the thing, is he made money for animals, treating people like animals.
Yeah. Some of them might have deserved it.
So that's the thing is...
But some of them were unjustly charged.
You definitely
Mostly me.
You definitely believe that people in jail, a lot of them deserve to be punished, not just rehabilitated.
But they should get better shit than what... Bob Barker's shit could be stepped up a notch. I'll tell you from experience.
And his microphone game could have probably gone up a notch or two. Why did he want this weird podium microphone?
Well, some people just don't want to change with the times, huh? And he didn't have super huge forearms. He definitely wasn't a bowler, to be honest. So, you know, who wants to carry a big, huge microphone around, you know?
Yeah, I get nobody wants to carry a microphone around their job all day.
Why don't you just get one on your
fucking game show?
Just get a mic on your lapel, my brother.
Yeah, like as soon as they come
Price
out with
is Right can break off a budget for a new microphone. You've had the same one since the 1960s.
Yeah, man.
Like, come on. What's
think
Drew
they upgraded
Carey
the
using?
mic
I
for-
haven't seen with Drew Carey. What's he rock? Does he rock the lapel or does he? I think he uses the same one that Bob Barker used. Does he?
I think he uses one on the lapel.
That's smart.
He might have a regular microphone too, but it's definitely a wireless microphone. If I remember correctly, I haven't watched a whole lot of the new.
I never seen it.
Price is Right. I really didn't watch The Price is Right much after I became an adult. I don't think I've watched it one time.
I just watched it as a kid when I was being babysat by our grandma or our aunt.
Yeah.
So.
She loved The Price is Right. She knew them prices too. She was a couponer.
Oh yeah.
She would have been good on that show.
For sure.
Well, it's not much of a segue, but so I did have a date planned for the weekend for tomorrow. Like I said, this could just be any old week, you know. Had a date and was really excited about it. Ran into an old friend of mine, an old acquaintance of mine the other night, and we got to talking. What are your plans this weekend? I asked her out on a date, you know, and she hit me up this afternoon to let me know that she is indeed a prostitute and would like to be paid if we were to go on said date tomorrow. So that was a real boost in confidence for your boy.
You don't sound as excited as you were when you told me about the date.
I mean,
I'm not gonna make it home tonight. I got a date.
No, that was just hanging out with a friend.
Okay.
The plans changed, so it was supposed to be tomorrow. And I literally found out on my drive home today that she just was like, and I was like, "What's the rate?" You know, just kind of make LOL, like fucking, just might as well find out. And
so how are you asking me to borrow money or
no?
Oh, okay.
I want you to hear how.
Well, you know you're gonna pay.
No, I'm not gonna do this. But the response was beautiful. She says to me, she goes, "I usually charge $100 an hour, but don't worry, I'm cool. I like to negotiate." And I'm like, "Can you negotiate it down to nothing? Because $100 an hour, like, I asked you out on a date because I thought you were attainable. $100 an hour is what you pay to fuck somebody who is not attainable. You gotta be really fucking pretty to charge $100 an hour." And I was just like, Jesus Christ. And then, it devolved, how about 50? And I was just like, I'll call you tomorrow, but I'm probably not going to call her. I really am not into that anymore. I mean, I'm not saying I've never paid for sex, but like a chick who she was like about this date. Like, hey, let's have a date. What the fuck is that?
Well, it's like you got duped by someone like they were like a fucking prostitute in Vegas, like come in the bar like a shark. Like, this is just some chick that you already knew.
Yeah.
In a regular bar.
Yeah. This is not Vegas. This is fucking.
It's the fucking supermodel chick walks up to a fucking loser at a bar in Vegas.
He's like, oh boy, I can't believe she's talking to me. She's talking to me, little old me.
Yeah.
No, this is somebody who I have known for 20 years. And I was
crazy.
just like, no, I'm not going to. No. Pay fucking money to fuck somebody I've already. I don't know.
You knew her from 20 years.
Not 20, but 15. Junior high. Anyway, it's funny. I was in junior high 15 years ago. That's.
Yeah, now's my 20-year. This is my 20-year reunion for high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
2001, man.
Thank the pandemic, you don't have to go to that.
I don't have to go to anything I don't want to go to anyway.
I didn't have to go to my 10-year because of this shit, and I was like, well, blessing in disguise. Although I do like to see people. I don't know. I had a fucking rough one at the bank today, dude.
Okay.
I went to go cash my paycheck, and they tried to put it on hold because it's the weekend. And I was like, why do you have to? You did this last time, and then I had to have the manager come over, and the manager just types in a little something into the computer, and poof, it's all fixed. Right? So I'd already been through this before with them trying to hold my paycheck. But they basically told me that in order to cash my paycheck, I have to already have as much money as my paycheck in the bank.
And cover it if it'll bounce.
Yeah, I know, but it's my paycheck. It's not going to bounce. You know what I mean? And people don't. Most anybody doesn't have their the amount of their paycheck in the bank when they go to cash their next paycheck. So you
a lot of people do.
Really? Well, that's great, but I mean, maybe somebody should explain to my bank what living paycheck to paycheck means. Because they just made a rule that made it against the rules at my bank to live paycheck to paycheck. And then this is what drove me crazy, because like I knew all I needed to do was just push back with the people at the bank. I could, if I just didn't let up and I was firm that they should give me the money for my paycheck so that I could have my money, that they would, if I just kept going at them, that they would. But like at one point, when I'm trying to get them to just, all they have to do, enter, and here's your cash. They did it again today. Proof's in the pudding. Just trying to get them to just go ahead and cash my paycheck. At one point, one of the tellers said to me, why don't you go to a check cashing place and cash your paycheck? And that's when I about lost it. Because you're my bank. That's like what? That's the only reason we have any relationship at all. You've never loaned me any money. I've never been able to save anything with you.
Well, they want you to deposit your money. They want you to have a checking account. They want you to have if you're not keeping any money in the bank, then they don't want you to have an account.
Well, but
like that's why they're a bank. They want you to have money in there.
Well, that's not the agreement of my account. My account is a checking account that has no minimum balance. So if I need all the money from my paycheck, deposit it, give it right back to me.
Well, that's the thing, is it might not have a minimum balance. So they aren't going to charge you if you go under a certain amount.
But they still don't want my business.
But there are stipulations to the agreement that you probably signed saying if you want to deposit a check and you don't have the amount of the check, it's going to be held till it clears.
No, that's not a thing. In fact, my account comes with a guaranteed $200 back, which it was crazy. She actually handed me a receipt for that exact amount and then the rest of the amount in two separate receipts. So it's like they knew all along that they could give me 200 of it. They just didn't want to do anything for me. I had to fight tooth and nail. I had to wait to get the manager of the branch, who was trying to sell somebody a fucking credit card, over in her little booth. For 15 god-awful minutes, she's talking about all the perks and benefits of this fucking credit card with this guy. I didn't have the fucking nuts to say that I have that card and it's a fucking trap. But there are no benefits. I've never reaped one benefit. The benefit that I got out of that card was I had $500 I didn't earn at my disposal. But anyway, Chase Bank's looking worse and worse, man. It's devolving into a real shithole. I was not the only frustrated person in that bank today. The people in there were hot. Meanwhile, their fucking CEO's name is Jared Diamond. Diamond. Like he sounds like a fucking pawn shop owner. You know?
Jared Diamond?
Yeah. Fucking crooked little shit. Like, have you ever heard of anybody with a name like Diamond that was like a good guy?
Who, Dustin Diamond?
Well, there's a good example of another piece of shit. Oh, he about to be dead. Motherfucker's got stage 4, bro.
Oh, yeah. Cancer.
Yeah, dude. It's like...
Poor Screech.
Yeah, you know. He thought he was the star. Isn't that so funny? That's why all the people on that show were like, I fucking hated him. He thought he was like the star of the show. And it's like, with all that hot young trim and then fucking Zach Morris, like, how are you even... You're the comic relief, bro. You're like a clown slipping on a banana.
He probably did good at Comic-Con, though.
Yeah, I could see that.
Nerds would like him.
Yeah, nerds did kind of win the era.
Yeah. He was funny, though. I always liked that show when I was growing up.
It feels like nerds really fucking
It was the
did
start
win
of
the
Leah
era.
Remini, too.
Really? Who did she play?
She was on it, and, like, later on in the series, she played, like, the daughter of a beach club owner.
Oh,
when they worked at the beach club,
the Malibu Beach Club Resort,
and she still had but she still had that fucking New York accent the whole show.
The summer miniseries.
Yeah. No, that's just funny.
Yeah,
probably
but
all of them were Scientologists.
But like, I hope this means they're gonna cancel the new Saved by the Bell, because that's what we need is another. We need to try that again.
Why would they cancel it?
Well, isn't Dustin Diamond on it?
No, they weren't going to have him on it anyway.
Oh, okay. So no, Screech was just going to kind of never been heard from again anyway.
Yeah.
So
I think they made, what's his name? Zach Morris into like the governor or some shit.
Wouldn't it be funny if like
But Screech wasn't going to be on it because he fucking did porn and like wrote a tell-all book about the show, like saying that all the dudes were like doing drugs and fucking chicks and shit.
Hell yeah.
So AC Slater and Zach Morris weren't all about that.
No, well, AC is like a Mr. Family Man. He's trying to be like Dean Cain was.
He's
back
on
in the day
like the
shit.
Access Hollywood or one of them shows or some shit.
Yeah, fucking gross.
What was his name? Mario Lopez.
Yeah. Well, maybe, wouldn't it be funny if, like, the new Saved by the Bell inspired God, and he was like, oh, man, you know how they wrote him out of this show? I'm going to write him out of of reality. That was like, this is better. It is better without Screech. Got him.
All I know is it can't be as good as Cobra Kai.
Yeah, no, there's no way it's going to be as good as that.
No.
And, I mean, I don't know. I don't really care where those people's lives went. That was kind of why they stopped making the show in the first place.
The main characters are just like cameos. I think it's like all new kids is the main part of the show. I'm not watching that shit.
No,
it's gonna be
I don't want to get
corny as hell.
Yeah, I don't want to know what modern children, people pretending to be modern children, talk like. I'm not interested. Ugh, fucking. But having them come, like, we stop. This show was all about people who peaked in high school. You know, the whole point of the show ending was like, yeah, well, now they have to go have boring adult lives. We are not going to want to stay in tune, not going to tune in for Zach Morris's successful career as an executive, fucking Slater's career as a fucking gym teacher, and fucking I hear the curly-headed broad went and became a stripper and a whore in Vegas.
Yeah.
And then you got fucking Kelly and Lark Voorhees' characters that were just eye candy anyway.
I think.
What are you gonna just go watch them age?
I think Lisa was only on it like for like one episode because she's kind of wackadoodle too. I think.
Oh yeah, she spent like over $100,000 on a roof for her house. A friend of mine got that sale.
Gold-plated.
Got the gold-plated steak knives for that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking yeah, she fell for a telemarketing construction company that I worked for out in California. When we got a celebrity, it was always a real point of pride.
I don't really like that. I had a crush on her when I was a kid.
Sorry, bro. She really, really overpaid for some work on her home. But don't worry, beautiful home out in Malibu. She's doing well.
No, I heard she's crazy.
Well, have you heard about this this lady, the Soho Karen? What was her name? Something Fonsetto? Ponsetto?
Let's see.
Some chick apparently beat up a young teenager, and it got it on a camera phone.
Maya Ponsetto.
Maya with a Y, if I remember correctly.
Miya.
Yeah. So weird Maya.
It's Mia and Maya.
Yeah.
Depending on the day.
Depending on the day.
I guess she's trans name.
She's trans name. Well, I just found it interesting that apparently she had an altercation with a young man who is said to have been a black man, but also was only 14 years old.
Has been in the social media firestorm. She was video accusing jazz trumpeter Keon Harold's son.
Oh,
of stealing her phone.
Wow. So, I mean, jazz trumpeter Keon Harold, his son was accused of stealing a cell phone from this lady, and they're saying that she's like this Southampton's Karen. like that's like her moniker is she's the Soho Karen. Like she's a serial killer or something. Like the Baltimore rapist, you know? She's the Soho Karen. But
she's just the next Karen.
But what I don't understand is like a Karen is like somebody who asked to speak with the manager, right, John? Like that's like the bottle blonde bougie chick that wants to speak with your manager, like when you're a server at a restaurant, or kind of a bossy consumer.
Asking you if you got a permit and all that
yeah.
shit.
Kind of a stick in the mud.
Mm-hmm.
Bottle blonde fucking bougie white lady. Well, she's a brunette and she wants to scrap. I just don't see that as very Karen-like behavior. Like, that's more like a badass bitch, you know? Like somebody who,
I don't think
like,
the hair color matters when it comes to
Karens. You don't think the hair color matters in the Karen thing?
No.
Brunettes can be Karens?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Brunettes can be bossy, too.
Well, that's true, but they tend to be more cat people, you know.
Okay.
I don't know if you noticed that.
No, I didn't. I never noticed that.
Yeah, brunettes like cats. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
But, yeah, she just opens up a can of whoop ass on this teenage boy. But, like, she's a small woman. And, like...
She's 22.
And she's 22 years old. And,
I think
pretty
22
much,
seems to be a little young to be a Karen, to be honest.
that's true, too.
I picture my Karens at least like
36?
mid 30s to older.
Yeah, because even like right around 30, you don't see that as like a Karen.
Yeah.
But like she's a Karen. Why? Because she would rather accuse somebody of stealing her phone than admit that she misplaced it. Just because she's a bitch, we gotta call. I thought Karen had a meaning, you know.
Well, I think maybe there wouldn't have been quite as much made of this if it wasn't a famous kid. Like, it's the son of Keon Harold. I mean, when you're Keon Harold's son, you don't get accosted by some white bitch. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Like, there's no. Who the fuck is Keon Harold? Like,
he's a famous jazz trumpeter.
look, has he ever been the lead story on BET.com? Because
He is right now.
The Soho Karen is the lead story on BET.com right now.
Okay. I'm just saying, you don't fuck with Keon Harold's son.
Yeah, Keon Harold's son. Well, apparently she flew back to California, and when she
My
got
biggest
off
problem is she got caught in this DUI and she was wearing Birkenstocks. Get the fuck out of here.
Did she get the
bitch.
DUI after or before she accosted the great trumpet player Keon Harold's son?
I think it was before. It's like October.
That's probably the most he's probably getting an explosion in views right now. Because, like, I don't know who all these days goes out for jazz trumpet. You know what I mean? Like, I think I know one, maybe two jazz trumpeters.
Yeah, the New York Post describes him as a 14-year-old black boy.
Jeez, they put boy in there?
Yeah, that's terrible. Apparently, they have different writers in the BET.com.
Did they say anything about...
They don't say anything about Keon Harold, but they do say something about the Birkenstocks.
Do they?
Yeah.
What did they say?
They said there's dissing her because she's got a crop top and black socks and Birkenstocks, befitting a college student on laundry day.
It is a rough.
Oh, no, they do say Keon Harold Jr. is the boy's name.
Oh, hell yeah.
Represent junior style.
Yeah, we support naming your children after yourself. Absolutely.
She's got a nice little champion outfit on though now when she's getting arrested.
Oh, no, she looks good.
Might be even a little camel toe, too.
Like, she's hot, which is another thing, like...
But you can't go around beating up 14-year-old boys.
You shouldn't be fighting
especially
children.
When they're the offspring of such a beloved artist. Like, this man is a genius.
Yeah, he's a national treasure. He plays the blues scale really, really well.
I guess I'll waive the age restriction for Karens in this case.
I don't think so.
Because the person that she's interacting with is so much younger. Usually
7 years? I mean, 14? There's some big old 14-year-old boys.
8 if you know how to add or subtract 22 from...
Oh, yeah, 8 years.
14 from 22.
But whatever.
It's a teenager. It's different. She's an adult.
Yeah. You're not supposed to...
Usually if it's children. A 46-year-old Karen, she's like yelling at some lady in the line at the grocery store or something. not beating up some kid over an iPhone or whatever.
Yeah, this seems like she's
But
just
my
more
problem
of a
is,
scrappy-ass.
dude, Keon needs to check Keon Jr. because this boy ought to be able to defend himself against a fucking 22-year-old chick. Like,
Yeah, he should have whooped
I'm
her
picturing
ass.
a pretty strapping lad, like,
I mean,
with
if he's
lungs
anything-
like Keon Sr., you got to produce an athlete. I'm serious. Like,
yeah, that's
the way that he plays the trumpet with the little plunger thing on the end, sometimes even.
wow, wow, wow.
Like,
Wow.
Keon Jr. should be able to, he should have beat that bitch ass.
Yeah, that's the
Like,
thing. You gotta.
She
you
brought
gotta
it
tell your
on. She
son,
brought it on. You got to defend yourself. Like,
and
you're a boy. You should be able to defend yourself against a grown woman.
And just because you didn't take her phone doesn't mean you
Like,
shouldn't
once he's
beat her
16,
ass.
then you can't hit her back. But if
Yeah.
you're 14, you can hit back.
Yeah, 14. That's a solid point, John. You know, I really.
He's still got a
think
couple
about
years
that.
left of being able to throw them hands.
Yeah, you can hit women until you reach a certain age.
But
It's
you should never hit a woman. But
when
he should have been
you're-
able to defend himself at least. Like, dude, you shouldn't be that frail.
Sweep the leg.
He
maybe.
just grew up so privileged with his
Yeah.
father's
He's got
wealth.
golden trumpets
Yeah,
all over the house.
a car made out of golden trumpets.
Yeah,
a Bentley made out of trumpets. That's what
he
Keon
did.
drives around in. He's that famous for being a jazz trumpeter.
He's the trumpet guy.
Yeah.
He
Like,
drives
I can't believe you act like you haven't heard of him.
Because I never fucking heard of him.
Well,
And nobody ever has.
you gotta quit listening to Joni Mitchell and crying into your tears, into your beers.
I'm allowed to listen to Joni Mitchell songs.
Well, you need to
And
start listening to
first
Keon
off,
Harold.
It's wintertime.
Well,
And now that wintertime is ending, pretty much, like, I don't need to listen to River every day. But when there's snow on the ground, I want to listen to River by Joni Mitchell every single day that there's snow on the ground because it makes me happy.
that's funny you should say that.
Why is that?
One of Keon Harold's most famous songs is "O Snowy Day."
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not a Christmas song either.
I should have known that, seeing as it's probably the most popular and most sold Christmas song featuring a jazz trumpet of all time.
He grew up in Gary, Indiana, just off the lake, so they had a lot of lake snow,
Oh, really?
Lake Michigan. Yeah, I made that up, but it makes sense. I don't know.
No, but I figured you knew where he grew up
No, Detroit.
because he's so well known for
Detroit.
Oh, he's from Detroit?
Yeah, I think so. Google it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Somewhere like that. Somewhere urban.
Yeah, probably.
He's
You
not
know?
from Mobile.
You know, it's funny.
He's a northern guy like Keon Harold. That sounds like a more northern jazz trumpeter to me.
yeah. Yeah, like Marcellus what is it? Wynton Marsalis. That sounds like a guy from New Orleans.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like he is, but Keon Harold, like, he's no, swamp jazz trumpeter.
No, he brings
He's,
some stuff from the city life.
He's a metropolitan, but
Street life.
working class metropolitan, like a
Yeah.
Detroit or Cleveland
Oh,
or even Naptown. you know?
Cleveland. Yeah, I could see Cleveland in there too. Somewhere on a lake. That's just what I'm picturing in my head. I'm just it's a little, snowy, a little rainy, a little sleet coming down, and just a little light pops off of a street light, and it's just a guy playing the trumpet, which is like, busting it out.
Oh yeah, hitting those sweet notes, and then out of nowhere, some stupid bitch in yoga pants with a bubble butt starts beating the fuck out of his son, and he's like, "Damn it, Keon Jr."
Yeah, she's lucky that he didn't take out his piece and whack her with it. His trumpet, not a gun.
Well, he has a gun in the shape of a trumpet.
No, a trumpet in the shape of a gun.
A trumpet in
It's like, it's an homage to Roger Troutman when he used to have the little guitar that was in the AK. Badass shit.
Dude,
Yeah,
Roger Troutman could fucking play, man.
He shredded, man, for sure.
The guy was full-blown rock and roll.
Everybody thought of him on the keyboard with the talk box, but he played the shit out of a guitar. He played the talk box on the guitar, too.
Yeah.
He made Peter Frampton look like a novice.
Yeah, that's the truth.
But he probably got the idea from Peter Frampton, so,
He died in an incident of unfortunate violence. He was shot and later passed away. Or how is it again? He was shot and is now deceased.
Yeah. He did.
Yeah, he did. Murdered was the case. How did Roger Troutman die again?
I don't know. I don't remember. Look it up.
I think he was in Cincinnati.
It was something nefarious. Wasn't any good circumstance.
There really isn't a lot of good circumstances where...
Well, saving somebody you love or something like that.
Yeah,
maybe.
that's true. But that's never really how it happens. It's like, when you get shot, usually it's like, damn it. If you just didn't shoot me, I wouldn't be shot right now. And this would be fine.
Yeah, he died in Dayton.
Oh, he died in Dayton, Ohio?
Yeah, that's where they were from.
That is one nice town. Always loved me some Dayton, Ohio. It
Yeah.
just always made me feel like I came from a good place. When I'd go to Dayton, I'd be like, wow, Newcastle is better than this.
Yeah, he got shot outside of a recording studio in Dayton when he was 47.
Too young. Well,
Just like Jam Master Jay and fucking Tupac got shot outside the recording studio. I know some people that knew some people that held up a dude and kidnapped him and killed him at a recording studio around here.
damn.
Stay out of these recording studios.
Yeah.
Make your own studio at home.
I think
that's
that's really
the lesson.
That's really the message of today's podcast is start your own studio at home so that you don't get shot out in front of that motherfucker.
Poor Roger.
You know? Because really, I mean, after we get done recording, we're just home, you know? We don't have to leave to go get shot by someone.
No, and it says his brother Larry was found a few blocks away with a single self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. So he must have killed his brother.
Damn. Was Larry Zapp?
No. There was more than just two brothers in the band.
Damn. Fuck Larry Troutman, bro.
Probably was argument over royalties or some kind of shit.
Oh, yeah. It's always good to shoot your brother over money.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
Shit does... They get into that shit over that shit. That's why Ronald Isley went to jail. He was stealing royalties and shit from his dead brother's, like, family. Like, he was claiming to be his dead brother. That's why he went to jail for tax evasion.
Oh, shit.
He was claiming the royalties for his brothers that were dead, so their family couldn't get it. He would get it.
That's cool.
People get shiesty in the music business.
But then again, like a lot of people say, and I think it's probably true, those motherfuckers didn't write those songs. But Ronald Isley, he was fucking there. He made that fucking music.
Well, he was probably getting more money than them because of that too. But they still played on it, and they still deserve what they were supposed to get.
That's what I'm saying.
He shouldn't get it all just because they died.
That's
he
what
wasn't
I'm
getting
saying.
it all when they were alive.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
I'm just saying it's weird when you pay people that didn't do something for something somebody else already did.
But
know
they
what I mean?
did do their part.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Just because he wrote the lyrics.
But
Ernie
the families didn't.
Ernie wrote the music.
But I guess that's true. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I get it. They would have wanted the money to go to their family for sure.
If you're an actor that's on a syndicated TV show, and who do you think gets your royalties when you die? Your family.
Oh, really? I didn't
just
know
doesn't
that was
just
something
disappear.
Yeah, I thought it went back into the.
No, it's still owed to you, man. Just like pensions and shit.
Oh, wow. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, frankly, I'm more in favor of this at-home studio route because just safety, you know? And
yeah, nobody gets shot around here.
Yeah, you know? Like, as long as you stay in the apartment, you won't get shot unless, you know, our viewership bumps up and people start buying some merchandise. Gonna have some merchandise coming out here soon, oh yeah, this is the Evergreen one. You can't say that. But anyway, yeah, you know, and then I'll start like pilfering all the money from that, not sharing it appropriately with you, and then you can shoot me while I sleep. But that'll be easy. You won't have to wait for me to leave the recording studio. You can just walk into my room. It doesn't have a lock on the door, so.
Yeah, I could probably kick it in anyway.
Also, I would recommend not using a firearm when you have so many hammers.
Yeah.
Why make a noise that are going to attract the police? You know what I mean?
I probably would just smother you with a pillow. I mean, if I shoot you or bludgeon you with a hammer, it's pretty obvious it's murder, but nobody's going to not believe that you died in your sleep. I mean, look at you. Like, it's totally believable that you just had sleep apnea and died. I mean, I've heard you snore.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I hope I see y'all again without having stopped breathing in my sleep and now being deceased.
Just behave yourself.